Hey Ubies, it is your girl Leticia. I just finished a foundation and eye makeup tutorial. So if you guys want to see how I got this bronzed beauty going on here, just keep on watching and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Okay guys, here's the Sephora Instant Depuffing Roll-On Gel. And I like to use this as a under eye prep for concealer. The description is right there on the product. It is a depuffing gel, and I think it preps the under eye area really well for concealer. Under eyes are something that I'm very sensitive about. So this really helps prep that area, that very sensitive area for concealer. And I'm just blending that all in with my fingers. Here I'm using the Sephora Instant Moisturizer. I absolutely love this stuff. I'm using this moisturizer to prep my skin for my foundation application. And I like to do this first so the moisturizer gets time to sit in and settle. I mean, you should put moisturizer on and let it settle in at least 5 minutes before you put on your foundation or any other type of skin prep. So I'm using this with a stipple brush that I got from Janice Makeup. I will leave the info in the description box below. But this is one of her stipple brushes from her site. She is a YouTube guru here on YouTube. Next, I'm using the Bitch Slap Cosmetics Corrector in Light. I love this to use as a base. It's very similar to the NYX Jumbo pencils. It's very sticky. This is going to make your eyeshadows pop. It's going to give them something really nice to stick to and give you longevity in the wear of any eyeshadow that you place on your lids. So I'm just putting that on with a regular concealer brush that I got from the drugstore. The concealer brush I'm using, it's called Essence of Beauty. It's just a typical concealer brush, drugstore concealer brush. I'm also placing the corrector underneath my eyes since we will be placing eyeshadows in that area. So I'm placing it under the eye as well. I'm blending it out with my fingers, which I think is very important. It's just as important as blending your eyeshadows. Your bases should be blended out. It just makes for a much better application of your shadows when you blend it out. With makeup, blending is everything, so goes with this. Blend it really well. Whatever bases you put on your lids, you should make sure that it's blended out really good. So blend that out. I'm blending it out with my fingers and blending it all the way up. Blend. Making sure it's all over the lid, blended nice and evenly. Okay, this is my new favorite best friend, Thomas Roth Clini Matte. It has sunscreen in it. This is so good for making you stay matte all day and all night. Like, it is perfection. I love this stuff. You put it on and your foundation stays on all day and you stay matte all day. So for all you oily skin girls like myself and guys like myself, this is a perfect thing to put on your face. It just makes you matte and your foundation glides on just perfectly. I love this stuff. I put it on my eyebrows as well because I get very oily in my eyebrow area. So I make sure I get those as well. And it's really good for making you stay matte all day. It's an excellent product. Alright, I'm brushing the very sparse, thin eyebrows that I do have. Oh gosh. Okay, that is the MAC Spike Eyebrow Pencil. Sorry if you guys can't see the names of the stuff very well, but everything will be in the description box. So I'm using the Spike Eyebrow Pencil to pencil in my brows. And I like a very natural looking brow. So I try to draw it on really, really light. I like to draw the bottom in first, then I'll create the top. And then as my tail, I like to meet that top and that bottom, as you can see there. And then I just start filling in all the middle. I think that it really allows a really natural look to the eyebrow for people who have sparse brows, and all of us who have to actually create our brow. This is a great option. And this pencil is very, very pigmented, so you need to use a light hand. So I'm just showing you the difference. Like I said, I start at the bottom. I create my bottom part of my brow first, and then I go on to the top. I let the top line and the bottom line meet to create my tail, and then I just fill in everything in the middle. I normally leave the front part of my brow untouched. I just feel like it gives a very natural look to the brow. So I don't pencil in at all in that area. Makes it look very natural when you do that. Now I am brushing in that brow pencil. It's very important to do that because you blend the pencil in with the hairs of your brow. It gives a very uniformed, very natural look when you blend it out like that. So I'm lightly brushing the hairs up and blending that pencil as well. This is my Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. I love this stuff. I've used this in a previous video. I will continue to use it because it is the perfect brow highlight. That brush is the EB21. It is from the Sedona Lace Vortex collection. It is the buffer brush, but I use it to place the brow bone highlight. And it just does a perfect job for me for that reason. I hate that harsh line sometimes that is created underneath the eyebrow. I cannot stand that. I think it looks horrible. And this just gives a very natural light highlight. It cleans up any mistakes that you've made, and it just makes everything look really well put together. It just looks very, very natural. I love it. And this brush is so small. It just does a great job with helping to achieve that effect. I personally do not like the whole highlight eyebrow at the top. It just makes them look too artificial. So I only do the bottom part of my eyebrow area. I don't like to do the top. This is a e.l.f. brush that I got from Target for $1, and it is the eyeshadow brush. And I just use that to just blend out any harsh lines that I created with the concealer. Once again, to just give that natural, faded, just pure perfection look. It just looks really, really well put together when you blend it out even further. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just blending it out. Once again, I'm brushing those hairs up and just making it look as natural as I possibly can make it look. This is a blush by Imani. It is called Sable. It's Imani's Luxury Blushing Powder. And I'm going to use this as my transition color. This is a MAC brush, the blending brush. I believe it's the 224. And I like to use swiping and circular motions to put in my crease colors. I like to use the swirling motions towards the outer part of the eye because I want it to be more intense in that area. And then I just, windshield wiper motions back and forth. This is the MAC Electric Cool eyeshadow in Coil. And these eyeshadows are so amazing. I really do like them. I was not expecting to like them as much as I do, but I like them because they're very, very easy to use. These also can double as bases. Bases meaning as something that can coordinate with whatever other eyeshadow you want to place on your lid. But they're great enough for to use just as an individual eyeshadow. Like they can stand alone by themselves. And I am just putting this all over my lid. And I'm also blending it up into the crease area, kind of blending it with that transition color that I just placed there. I really do love these eyeshadows, and I will be doing a separate video on the 4 that I did purchase. And I believe I'm going to purchase the rest of the collection because I really do like them. Like I said, I wasn't expecting to like them as much as I do, but they're really cool eyeshadows, very creamy and blendable and just easy. Now this is the Inglot Freedom System. This is the double compact, and I am using shade 327 and 26. This is the Sigma brush from the Performance collection. I'm going to do a separate video on these brushes. They are absolutely amazing. That brown color I'm going to use as my outer V corner just to deepen up that look a little bit. It's a light kind of deepening up. I don't want it to be too harsh or too dark. So I'm just concentrating it right there on the outer V because that's where I just want that little bit of color to be, right there on the outer V. So this brush is perfect for that. These brushes are absolutely excellent for precision work. They're very, very small, so they're great for precision work and getting that color right where you want it. So I'm just concentrating it right there on the outer part of my eye. And I'm just darkening up that outer V and blending into the crease as well. This brush is also from the Sigma Performance collection. It's a very, very small blending brush. So it's just perfect for blending out whatever colors you have on your eyelid precisely. Here I'm just taking a makeup wipe and I'm just cleaning up the side of the look. I'm using that lighter color in my Freedom System as a brow bone highlight. And the brush I'm using is Mint Brush number 22. This is from Imani. Makeup by Imani. She made a whole slew of brushes, and I have several of them. I will do a review on each one of those brushes because they're amazing. And I'm using her brush here to place my brow bone highlight. And I love this brush because not only does it place the product, but it also blends it in very, very nicely. I'm taking my MAC 224 once again, and I'm placing it in my transition color. And I'm just marrying that brow bone highlight with the rest of the look. So I'm just blending the two together. Okay, now this is a NYX pencil. This is the NYX Slide On in SL15 Brown Perfection. And I'm going to place that, it needs to be sharpened. Oh, the NARS sharpener. It's a perfect sharpener for sharpening your pencils. I'm placing that on my waterline. Now this brush is also from the Performance collection. It's a smudger brush. And that is MAC's Deep Truth. And I'm also taking that and I'm smudging that on my lash line. And I'm kind of smudging it into that brown pencil. And I'm taking that all the way across the lower lid. That is Hard Candies. I'm not sure of what that's called, but I will leave it in the description box. It's a blue, navy blue liner. And I'm just lining my upper lid with that. I'm not going all the way across. I'm kind of going halfway, midway in. So I'm not going all the way across my eye with this liner. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but every time I line my eyes, no matter what it is, I always get it on my eyelashes. So this is a good tip. Take your makeup wipe, swipe it on your fingertips, and then pull the product off your eyelashes if you got any on it. Okay, these are the NYX Roll-On Shimmers, and this one is in the color Nude. This is another brush from the Performance Collection. It is the inner corner brush. And I'm using that brush to place the NYX Roll-On Shimmer in the inner corner of my eye. These brushes are absolutely amazing. You guys need to go check them out. They have changed my game altogether. I love them. Now I'm going to place my Pores No More by Dr. Brandt onto my areas that I'm concerned about, which are my cheeks and my forehead, where I have large pores. So I like to put that on those areas because it helps to further mattify the face and close those pores up. I'm using the MAC 190 brush to apply it. It really fills in any enlarged pores that you may have and just helps your foundation glide on really nice. I love this stuff. And I'm only putting it in the areas that I'm concerned with. This is the new Stila foundation. It's called Stila Stay All Day Foundation and Concealer, and I am in Deep 15. This foundation is absolutely amazing. It's new to the Stila lines of foundations, and it does just what it says. It stays all day. It's a beautiful, beautiful foundation. It also has a concealer that comes with it, and the concealer is just as amazing. When you open it up and you take it out, it's a spatula. So nothing has to touch your fingers or anything like that. So I'm just dotting the product onto my face at first. And as you can see, you don't need a lot of this. This is a full coverage foundation. I'm using the ever popular Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki brush. I'm spraying that with my Amore Pacific Moisture Mist. I normally spray all of my brushes before I apply my foundation. It just makes the foundation and the brush glide over your foundation really, really nicely. So I'm first stippling the foundation into my skin. Spreading it all over, spreading it out while I'm stippling. And once it's spread out the way that I want it to, I will start to buff it into the skin. And that moisture mist just makes everything glide so nice. I don't like to put a lot of foundation on my forehead, so I normally use very, very little product on my forehead. Like I said, this is a full coverage foundation, and you don't need a whole lot. I'm only going to do one application of this foundation, but I am going to put it on the areas where I have blemishes and I have acne marks So I'm just going to spot treat those marks on my face and just tapping it in and then buffing it with my brush. As you can see, with one layer, your skin still shines through with this. You can always double up and do another layer of this stuff if you want even fuller coverage, but this is enough for me. Taking it down the neck slightly. As you can see, it covered up my acne marks. So this foundation does a great job at covering and concealing. It's a great foundation. I love it. Now, using the concealer that comes with the foundation, I am putting that all underneath my eyes now with my finger. Just tapping it in. And this concealer is actually very, very good. It's a good concealer. It gives you great coverage. And I have dark circles under my eyes, so that's always a concern, but just trying to show you. You can see the difference. It has covered up my circles. It's a really good concealer. Okay, that is my MAC. What number brush is that? I believe that is the 130, the small stippling brush. And I like to use this to blend out my concealer. Just gives it a really nice airbrushed type of look. And I also like this brush because it doesn't move the concealer too much. A lot of brushes kind of move the concealer off. It makes it slip and slide, and before you know it, you don't have any concealer underneath there. But this one is really, really light, and it just blends it really, really nicely. Now I'm going to take my Bareminerals Mineral Veil. It's a translucent powder, and I'm going to use that to set my under eye concealer. That's the blending brush that I got from Sigma as a free gift. And I'm just tapping that translucent powder underneath my eyes just to set that concealer. I'm not rubbing, I'm not swiping, I'm just tapping it in. And I'm not using a lot either because you don't need a lot. You don't want to start looking cakey underneath there. So very little is enough just to set your foundation. Now I'm going to my MAC blush palette where I've depotted all of my blushes, and I'm going to blunt, which is my contour powder. I absolutely love it. And I'm using another mint brush from Makeup by Imani. And this is her contour brush. And I believe that's brush number 16. And that was specifically made for contour. And I really, really like this brush for contour because I already have that that kind of sunken in look naturally. So this brush really gives me a really light contour, which is what I want since I already naturally have that indentation in the side of my face. You know, I already have it, so I don't really need to create it too much. So I like a very, very light contour. Even though I have that indentation, I still do like to contour because it does slim the face and it does bring dimension back to the face. Sometimes when you put your foundation on, your face is flat. So contouring brings all of the shape and the shading and the shades all back to your face, and it just makes it look nice. That's the Lorac Tantalizer. That is a bronzer for the body and the face. And I'm going to use that as my highlight. How cool is that? Look how that opens. I love that stuff. And you get a huge amount of product. I'm using another MAC brush. This is the skinnier version of the stipple brush, the 188. I like using this as a highlight brush because it gives you a nice light highlight. Sometimes I like it heavy, sometimes I like it light. When I want it light, I use this brush. And you can see I'm kind of going all the way underneath my eye and around to the top of my brow. So it's kind of like that circular C motion I'm doing there. And I'm highlighting that whole area. Highlighting, I love. It's like one of my favorite things. Because it's just so dang pretty. bam, catch the light, bam. It's beautiful. That is my Lancome blush. I have been reaching for this blush like crazy. It is my favorite. I've been using it in every single look. I absolutely love that blush. I'm using a buffing brush from Coastal Scents. Yes, it's a buffing brush, but I like to use it as my blush brush because for me, that's how it works. You use what's good for you. This is perfect for me. It gets my blush right where I want it. Now we're going to throw on some mascara. That is a Makeup Forever Smoky Lash. And I do not have to express how much I love this mascara because it's a favorite amongst many. So we're going to coat those lashes with that mascara. I opted for no lashes in this look, so that's why I wanted to use a dramatic mascara. Should we go for a second coat? Of course. I normally put 2 to 3 coats of any mascara that I am wearing on if I'm not wearing lashes. Now that is the Anastasia Lash Genius. And what that does is it waterproofs any mascara that you have. Now I know that the Makeup Forever is a waterproof. No, actually, no, that is not the waterproof one. So I tend to not buy waterproof mascara. I think it damages the eyelashes. So this is great for any mascara. It can be applied on top of any mascara, and it is definitely Lash Genius. That's a great name for it because seriously, your mascara doesn't go anywhere. It stays right there. You're not going to find it running off on your face or at the bottom underneath your eyes. It's staying right where it is. I mean, it could be a rainstorm and you will not have any rain mascara. This stuff is absolutely amazing. I am now applying MAC's Prep and Prime to my lips. And what that's going to do is just ensure that my lipstick or gloss doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't bleed. And it stays put. And it moisturizes the lips. Okay, this is my Lancome. It's a Lancome lipstick. I don't know the name of it, but I will leave it in the description box below. But it's a perfect nude color for someone of my skin tone, I believe. And I love their lipsticks. Lancome's make some of the best lipsticks. And they smell so good. Okay, this is a lip gloss from the Stila collection. I don't remember what this one is called either, but it's gorgeous. I wish I would have bought 2 of these. But it's a really, really pretty, kind of corally, orange, sparkly. I can't even explain it. It's just so freaking pretty. And that's that. There's the end of the look. Thank you guys so much for watching, rating, and subscribing. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Bye.